y'all doing, everybody? Sorry we were a little bit behind. Y'all are watching the Alphabets football show. I am your host, Marcus the Alphabets. No, this is not a mistake. I am wearing a Buffalo Bills hat. Me and my boy here. What's going on? I got the Ace. I got Ace up in the house. The Ace, the MVP.
Yo,
What's up, Ace?
what's going on, guys? How we doing? Just want to
So
say I like the hat you got on right
like
there.
you like that? You like that? You may not like some of the stuff I'm gonna say in this show, but I had to get
That's
you
all
up in
right.
here, man. I had to get you up in here. Ramona, she'll be with us a little bit. She got some things going on. She'll be joining us soon here. But welcome to the show for the next hour and 45 minutes or so. We're gonna talk a little football. Make sure y'all like and share the show. It's Alphabet's football show with the Rise Up family and the OnPoint Network. So first things first, you know how we always started here. We always start off with the news. And what is the biggest news in the past 24 hours? We were talking about it in the Rise Up. We have a chat room, and normally we sit up there and we talk sports all day.
hmm
Make sure y'all get up with the Rise Up family. Like it, jump in. We got administrators that'll get you up in there. If you love talking sports, football, basketball, baseball, combat sports, whatever you want to do, get up in there. And there's a lot of knowledgeable people. But yesterday we saw Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, this guy,
Look at that.
man, that's scary. That's scary. Is he gonna wear 26? I thought Damian Williams wore
You know
26.
what? He might have to give up that number, or they're gonna have to
Because he
discuss it.
opted out, he did opt out, so he might have to give up that number.
hmm
Normally, Damian Williams, he wears that 26, but he opted out. He did the COVID opt out.
hmm
Man, Le'Veon Bell, I'm telling you, this guy here. When you go from an 0-5 team, when you go from the 0-5 Jets, the dumpster fire Jets, and you get to go to the defending Super Bowl champions. You get to go with Andy Reid. You get to go with all those weapons. You got a chance to compete for a championship. Now there were rumors that he was looking at the Bills. Ace, me and you, we talked about that in the
Yeah,
chat room.
yes, we did.
And the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins.
I didn't really think he'd go to the Dolphins. Now, if he was looking for money, I was like, his decision is going to be based off of what is his priority. He's making money. The
Right.
Jets still owe him a lot of money. I think they owe him $6 million this year. I believe they got to pay the rent. They got to pay that. And
hmm
then what was the details on the deal, Ace?
Oh, the details were. Let's see here. It's $1 million. As long as he has some good playing time. There's a bunch of incentives, but it's for $1 million. I think he's going to get 2 million from the Chiefs, but he's going to get the 6 from the Jets. So he's making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's okay for the most
You
part.
know, as you get later on in your career, look. You get as you get later on in your career. Early on, your main objective is to make money.
Right.
But as you get older, getting paid a bunch of money and getting your ass kicked every week, it's not so fun. You
Right.
know, it's not so fun. He had a lot of success with the Steelers.
hmm
He wanted money, and the Steelers weren't willing to pay him the money he wanted. So he got his money. He went to the Jets, and then yes, you made your money, and then you got your ass
hmm
kicked every week. I don't think he's had 100-yard rushing game since he was with the Jets.
I don't remember offhand, but I don't think he
I
was
don't
that.
think
Yeah,
he's
he
ever
wasn't
had
that
100 games.
productive. No, he
So
wasn't that productive.
now you get to go play with Patrick Mahomes, play
hmm
with Travis Kelsey, play with uh,
Tyreek Hill,
Tyreek Hill,
Watkins.
Miko Hardman. You get to get coached under Andy Reid. I mean, I think it was a perfect match for him. Now, I was talking. Shout out to my boy Ethan Tweedy. He said that with the COVID rules nowadays, he's got to be 6 days without a positive test.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs play the Buffalo Bills on Monday night at 5 Eastern time. So
Oof.
obviously he's not going to make it for this game. So he'll be able to probably the next. Oh, they get to play the Jets
They get
after
to play
that.
the Jets, his old team, right away.
So that ought to be fun. I'm sure he'll be extra motivated for that. So the other news, Melvin Gordon
Man, oh man.
gets a DUI. Look, how the hell? Look, man, you get a DUI. Are there bars? Oh, are there bars even open? Right, like here, I live in Texas. The bars are closed.
Mhm.
So you're a multimillionaire. You're living in Denver, Colorado.
You know you got a
Dude,
big house.
you got a big house.
I'm sure your kitchen there's wine in your kitchen. I'm sure you got a
Dude,
bar.
drink
You know,
at your house. Like, I think he's on a 1-year deal. He's on a very short deal. He thought that he deserved, after he saw the Ezekiel Elliott contract, he thought that, he wanted that kind of money. He wanted the Christian McCaffrey money.
right.
And it's like, no, you're not that guy. So then you finally get signed, and then you're acting like and you're supposed to tag up with, you've been in the league since 2015. It's not like you're some young dude. You should be one of the leaders on the team. You should be one of the leaders on the team. You got a second-year quarterback in Drew Lock.
Mm-hmm.
You lost your number one receiver, Cortland Sutton. You got a number one pick in Jerry Jeudy on your team at wide receiver. You got Philip Lindsay on there where you don't have to carry the whole load. You should be one of the leaders on the team, and you're out there getting DUIs during a pandemic. Where there's no bars open. Now I don't know I don't know how the bar scene is in Denver, Colorado, but drink at home.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the whole stipulations of what happened with his situation, but I mean, yeah, you sit at home, man. You make a lot of money. You don't have to be out at bars. You already got a whole bunch of cases that are happening in the NFL. You don't need to be out and then bringing viruses to the team. You know what I mean?
You don't need that. You don't need
you just had a postponement. You know what I mean? See what happened? There was too much time on his hands.
Exactly. So, he didn't show up for practice today because he said he was sick. I don't think that they were going to let him play anyway. So, man, get your stuff together. And I guess Philip Lindsay's going to carry the load this week. Mm-hmm. So, man, sit back, sober up, and be a leader. So, with some of the so we're going to review some of the games. The last two games, there was a Monday night game and a Tuesday night game. The Bills and the Titans had to make up their game. What was the Monday night game? The
Monday night game was the Saints and who was that?
Oh, the Saints game. God, who was?
Man, who was? I can't even think of who it was.
The Saints and the Bucks.
No, it wasn't the Bucks.
Saints and the Bucks. Tom Brady forgot that it was fourth down, right?
No, that was a Thursday nighter against Chicago.
Was that the Thursday
night against Chicago? The Sunday.
It was the Chargers. It was the Chargers because they had the old quarterback versus the new young blood.
Justin Herbert.
Right.
Justin Herbert. That was the Monday night game. Mm-hmm. Okay, so look, I think it's after watching that game, I've got to say, this could be. I don't like to use a whole bunch of superlatives. This could be one of the best rookie quarterback drafts in recent memory. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. I like what I see.
Justin Herbert. We haven't really seen Tua play. Tua hasn't played yet. They still got Ryan Fitzpatrick doing his thing. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrows, he's doing his thing. I mean, you got some young stud quarterbacks coming, and then you got this kid, Justin Herbert, who
he's slanging the ball, man.
He's just throwing the ball all over the field. They got all those weapons over there.
Mike Williams caught some huge plays in that game.
Yeah, Mike Williams cost me one of my damn fantasy games. They did nothing all year, and then this damn game. And you know what? You know what it kind of shows? It kind of shows you that Phillip Rivers was done.
Right.
And we saw again with Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is He's done, man. If I'm them with the offensive line that they have, I'm calling somebody and I'm getting rid of Phillip Rivers' ass. Like I thought it was like his he's not he's just done, and it gets to a point where you can sit up there and you can make excuses. I'll tell you another one. I think he's damn near done, and that's Drew Brees. Everything when I see with Drew Brees, he just. I mean, when he throws the ball, it looks terrible. So it's a young man's game. You're starting to see these young gunners come up. I'm excited to see what Tua does when he gets his opportunity. But he's in a great situation because it's like just sit back. Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to do his thing. He's going to win, a few games, and he's going to come out and look like crap. And then, we're going to put some weapons around you. They got 2 first-round picks next year too. The Dolphins do.
Yeah, they do.
With the Laramie Tunsil trade, and the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade with the Steelers, they got 2 first-round picks next year. You got a number 1 receiver in Parker. Maybe they go get a nice running back. You got your quarterback of the future. Now put a line around them and put some weapons around them. So, and then the Tuesday night game. Can I get the slide for the Tuesday night? The Tuesday night game, Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills, and
the COVID Titans,
and the COVID hey,
the COVID Titans.
Somebody just hit me up in my. I am wearing a Buffalo Bills hat. Look. When we make wagers, we make a lot of wagers around here in with the Rise Up family. We do profile bets, soda bets, money bets. We do
Jersey bets. There's all types of
everything kind of thing. And one of the things about it, look, you can tell a lot about a man by the way he repays his debts. Mm-hmm. I lost. I said Josh Allen would not throw for 300 yards on, was it the Rams?
It was the Rams game.
It was the Rams game or the Raiders?
It might have been both.
It was one game. And
I know one. I got you.
It's his 300 yards from the last damn drive.
Yeah, that was
game. It was a Rams game.
That was the Rams game, yeah.
And I was just waiting for the half to come in. I told you guys if I lost, I don't like wearing this crap, but hey,
he don't like wearing that crap, but you know what? He honors his bets, and I respect that. So
Yeah, man. If you're gonna look, we pay our debt. So, Ace, what's your thoughts on the game? What did you see with the game? And then I'll chime in after that. What did you get from the game? What did you see? Good and bad.
I'll tell you what I seen. I seen total domination. It looked like the Titans came out. They were ready to play. It looked like they were fired up. Vrabel had them ready to go. They were probably tired of hearing, all the chatter about them losing draft picks and forfeiting the season and this, that, and the third. And they wanted to come out and prove that they were still the team to beat, when the COVID is over. And that's what they came out and they did. They played Buffalo very well. I'm not going to take anything from them. Tannehill did what he had to do. I'm not going to say anything about Henry because I'm sure you want to touch on that. But the Titans came out and they played ball, man. For the side of Buffalo, I mean, there was some injuries there, but next man up, no excuse. You got to play ball. They just didn't show up, and that could have been a few things of maybe they weren't sure if they were going to play the Titans or they were already looking forward to Kansas City or whatever the case may be. When you get on the field and you're playing a team, you got to play ball. And Buffalo just wasn't prepared. They got their behind handed to them. So
here's my thing. You were one of the last undefeated teams, and I'm going to say this. Every time the Bills are doing good, I have to hear from. Shout out to my man Mookie Hawkins, Woofo Sports. All my Buffalo Bills fans out there. Oh, we're 4-0, and I'm like, guys, listen. I get it. You're excited. It's been a long time.
As you should be.
As you should be excited. My issue is when you get beside yourself and you start making this. Look, man. Look, and I don't want to hear, well, we're missing Trey White and we're missing this guy and we're missing this guy.
There it
Oh,
is.
this is bad. This
There
is
it
really
is. I knew it was coming.
okay. Okay. For all you people out there who never played football, do not try to tackle a 250-pound running back up high. Don't do it. Just don't. I think maybe the Bills were reading some of their press clippings. I really do. I think they were reading some of their press clippings. Maybe they were looking a little bit forward to the Chiefs game because that's another big game. That's
Right.
another. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You know, sometimes we overlook opponents. I don't know why you would. If they were, I'm not saying that they were, but if you were, the Titans weren't they in the AFC Championship game last year?
They were.
They were in the AFC Championship game. You would think, I mean, these guys are a game away from the Super Bowl, and you're overlooking them looking towards the Chiefs. I'm not saying that they're doing that, but they look very lethargic. You got manhandled in that game. And you know what? It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just have a bad game. You have a bad game, but you know. I was telling people with the first 4 games, I'm like, look, guys, you played the Jets, you played the Dolphins, you know, you squeak by the Rams, you beat the Raiders, who are okay. They weren't at full strength. I don't think Henry Ruggs played in that game. You saw what he did last week. He went wild. You know, as you go on, when you're a playoff team, and the Bills have been a playoff team the past 2 out of the past 3 years. As you start having success, you get everybody's best shot.
You get a target on your back.
People play the Bills now. It's none of this. Oh, well, we're playing the Bills. No big deal. It's like the Bills. We you know, if you want to get to that elite level that you say that you want to get to, you cannot get humiliated and beat up on a primetime game. It's a Tuesday night. There's no other games on. Everybody's watching that game. Everybody in the country's watching that game. And then you get another one this week on Monday night against the Chiefs, which we'll get to. So I'm hoping it's a fluke. I'm hoping it's just a bad game. But the road doesn't get any easier. You got some really stiff tests coming up. You know, the Dolphins are playing better. You play the Chiefs this week. They're a little pissed off because they lost last week. So the road doesn't. You got to play the Patriots twice. You got to play
the Jets. They got the Jets after the Chiefs, and then they have the Patriots. So that stretch right here is
the road doesn't get any easier. So
then they got
we'll
Seattle
see
coming up and all that.
You get a little bit healthier. Trey White didn't play in this game. Smoke Brown didn't play in this game. So we'll see. You got another stiff test this week, and we'll do our picks in a little bit. So we're gonna get to our picks. I'm gonna read some of the comment. I'm gonna get some of the comments here. Let's see here. Yuri Barrow says Josh Allen wasn't ready. I don't know about that. I thought he played fairly well. The first interception, I don't put that one on him. When you hit somebody in the damn hands and that ball pops up, that's not on you. No one's harder of a critic on Josh Allen than me. I don't put that first one on him. The second one was all him, though. He didn't even see that guy. And, when you make mistakes against bad teams, you can overcome that. But when you turn the ball over against good teams, you generally don't get past that. So let's see here. What else we got here? Let's see here. Watch him start drinking and dinking and dunking more. RPOs and Kamara would be effective. I guess he's talking about the dinking and dunking. Buck Flair says Marcus excited 2 and 3. Woohoo! First place. Hey, it's better than the alternative. Ethan Tweedy says he Thanos'd him. That was nuts. People call this a trap game. How?
Yeah.
Yes, they beat the 14-2 Ravens. Trust Ravens said Bills 27th ranked pass defense about to be put to the test. It doesn't get any easier. Mr. Randall, I still say they run that run where he stiff armed several people to score was the craziest. I think he's talking about Derrick Henry where
that was Earl Thomas
90-yard run.
Yeah,
still play the Chiefs. See, yeah, you got a brutal schedule. The Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Patriots, Seattle. Buck Flair says Marcus wearing that Buffalo hat makes you look like a winner. I'm not gonna say Josh wasn't ready, but the Bills wanted the spotlight. Well, it's here. Yeah. Josh Norman should get over to Henry. He got Hill. He got Hill and Kelsey on Monday. So yeah. So got to get over it. So moving on to our games for this week. Good luck. Good luck. I hope, like I said, maybe it's just a bad game, but the road doesn't get any easier. You got to see the defending Super Bowl champion. Hey, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, so you got it. So
Titans came out to play.
What's our first? Go ahead, Ace.
I was gonna say the Titans came out to play, man. We're not mad at them. They're
the Titans are a good team, and here's the thing.
That's a playoff team.
That you might see these guys again. Right. If you're going where you say you want to go, you might get a chance to redeem this. So it's week 4, week 5. You got roughed up a little bit. Hey, you know what? You got us. We'll see you in the playoffs, and when we're at full strength, and then we'll run it back. So, go ahead and give me the first game. The first game of the week.
Got that slide there. What was that? Some Mortal Kombat? Is that what happened to Josh Drummond there? Some Mortal Kombat?
Man, I was just like, I'm so disrespectful, man.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's
sorry I had to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Finish him.
Finish him. Man.
Finish him. So, all
right. Get to the picks right now. Let's get it. I love it.
Oh, I don't think there's the Falcons closed their facility this week. Now their game coming up this week is kind of in danger. They cleared everybody out of there. First game of the week though, we got Baltimore versus Philly.
Well. Man,
this hurts me to say this. This really hurts me to say. But I balls and strikes. The NFC East is terrible. It's terrible. It's really bad. The past couple of seasons have been really, and we used to be one of the best divisions in the league. We really did. The NFC beast, the Giants, back in the day, Lawrence Taylor and my Cowboys, the triplets, and Reggie White with the Eagles and the Donovan McNabb Eagles, and it's been a good division. We've kind of fallen off. Baltimore and Philly. The Eagles still don't have the Eagles still don't have any weapons. No Alshon Jeffrey, no Deshaun Watson. Zach Ertz is pissed off. They lost Goddard. They lost half of their offensive line. The defense is out there a bunch. Ace, what do you think about this game?
Philly's in trouble, all right? You're playing Baltimore. You got Lamar Jackson. How do you contain him? Philly's just in trouble, man. I think they got to – me personally, and I know some people aren't going to want to hear this, but it's time for Wentz to go. You got to move on from Wentz. You got to put this young guy in. You see what all these other young guys are doing when they're getting put in. So maybe, you put this other kid in and let him take a crack at it. I'm taking Baltimore without a question. I mean, these guys are
Give me a score. Give me a score.
They're rolling along here. I mean, it could be 28-10.
Yeah, I just don't see.
It just looks horrible.
Yeah, I just don't see any way Philly wins this game. I think this is a blowout. I think Lamar Jackson goes off. I think they see that three-headed monster. I could see Hollywood Brown scoring a couple. I could see Mark Andrews scoring a couple. I could see Lamar running for 100. I'm thinking 35. I'm saying 35-12.
I mean, it could get to a point even where Lamar is, sat down and they let, RG3 come in and just, sling the ball a little bit. I mean,
this was here's kind of I'm going to take 35-12. Good luck, Philly. I don't mean that. I hope they stomp y'all into the ground, but hey, good luck. I hope everybody comes out. with you. I'm with you.
It's time to trade Wentz to the Colts. All right, that's what I'm
I was
thinking.
just about to say that. I was just about. Sometimes you just need a change of scenery, and I think Wentz, you put him over there with that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't have much weapons either as far as pass catchers. T.Y. Hilton has looked like crap this season. They lost the kid, Michael Pittman. They lost him, but they just gotta, they got to get him out of here while he still has some trade value. Yeah. So
it's also Rivers' fault too. I mean, Rivers isn't looking.
Rivers, after this season, bro, you need to go ahead and shut it down with the 10 or 12 kids you got, man. Go ahead and go home. next game, AFC North battle. Look, all these years we talked bad about the Browns. Last year, a lot of us expected them to be good. I did. I thought they'd be pretty good. And it seems like it was a year later. It seems like we were a year off. I think Stefanski has turned it around over there. They got weapons over there. They got,
the guys are playing with motivation. They're playing with drive. They want to win.
I tell you guys, coaching matters. It's the same team from last year. Right. It's the same team from last year.
It's a different head coach.
A different head coach, Baker's playing better. Odell, he's, they're getting the ball to him. They have the two-headed monster Chubb. I think he's out another 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, but then you got a guy, a backup, Kareem Hunt, who was the leading rusher in the league. I tried to tell you guys that if Kareem Hunt doesn't get cut from the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
I could agree.
That's how good he was with them. And he's your backup, so Pittsburgh hasn't really been tested yet. And I was going to tell, Ramona, I was going to tell her this. These are the games right here where I call these litmus test games. These are one of those statement games. I just talked about the Bills. Mm-hmm. You say that you want to be, we're tired of people disrespecting us. We're tired of people overlooking us. Well, you know what? You go to Pittsburgh. You go to Heinz Field, and you kick the Steelers' ass, and you'll get your respect. You don't ask for respect. You don't go up to somebody and say, hey, man, I want respect. Sometimes you got to beat the respect out of people.
You gotta
it's like, these aren't the same Browns. These aren't the same Cleveland Browns. They're a good team. Baker Mayfield, he's playing better. And you meet up, and you do, you do it. So that being said, I'm still picking the Steelers.
Yeah,
I'm
going Pittsburgh as well. I have
to. There's a lot of drama involved in this game. Myles Garrett going back, where to the scene of his crime. But I just think the Steelers are on a mission this year. And the Steelers have a new weapon. This kid, Chase Claypool, we talked about him, me and Dre and Ramona and all the guys. We talked about this guy during the draft shows we had in March, April. We were talking about what this kid could be. And I think you saw a little sneak peek of this kid's talent. 6'5", 230 pounds, 4.3 speed, can jump out of the building.
He's got hands.
And now, we asked a few weeks back, and I'm going to ask you guys here in the comment section. Is Juju Smith-Schuster number one? Now, we asked this question we asked this question a few months back, and I know Ramona, she's going to give me some flack whenever next time I see her after she sees it. Can we finally is this argument kind of being settled right now that Juju Smith-Schuster is not a number one receiver?
That's tough to say because, with Big Ben in there, he still gets targets. He's still making plays. It's not like he's irrelevant to the offense. But, with Juju on that one side, that leaves, Claypool open on the other side. It's kind of like the same thing when AB was there and Juju was on that side. You remember how that worked out? So
yeah, but Juju was benefiting. He was benefiting. It's like if you're a number one receiver, if you're, And now I think with people, if Claypool keeps doing what he did, like this past week, he had he had 4 total touchdowns, 3
Had
receiving.
more than that. He dropped one or dropped 2 of them.
I mean, this
Or
kid,
one was called back.
he's playing with a lot of confidence. I'm ready to say I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster is a number 1 receiver. He's had his opportunity. You know, last year I gave him a pass because I was like, well, Big Ben's not playing. They got Mason Rudolph playing. They got Duck Hodges throwing the ball.
And,
You got your future Hall of Fame quarterback back, and you're not doing anything. So I'm taking Pittsburgh. I think it's a hard-fought battle. I just think Pittsburgh's a little bit better. I think their defense is better, and but I think it's a close game. It's a rivalry game, an interdivisional game. I'm going to say 28-24 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh as well, and I just think it comes down to quarterback play. You know, which quarterback doesn't make the mistakes, and the way Ben has been looking recently, you know, he's back to that old form. So for me, Pittsburgh, you know, a score, it could be, you know, 21-17. I mean, it's not going to be no blowout. I'll tell you that.
I don't think it's going to be
hard fought, very hard fought. Will not be a blowout.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on, next game, Atlanta at Minnesota. Ron Thomas, I'm sorry, dude. Your Atlanta Falcons, they're done, dude. I really think that I think they blow it. I think they blow this team up.
Well, they have to. They're in the most cap trouble next year. Going into next year, they're
gonna have to blow it all up. Quinn finally got fired. The second coach to get fired after O'Brien, and the general manager gets fired. Julio Jones is hurt.
It's time to move on. It's time to move on from Julio.
It's time, man. It's time to get to the point. You had a good run. You went to a Super Bowl. You didn't win, but you know. If I'm them, I'm, you know, the boat. You're basically in the running with the 2 New York teams: New York Jets, New York Giants, Atlanta Falcons, fighting for Trevor Lawrence. I think this is a blowout. I think Kirk Cousins, you know, every now and then he has one of those games where he looks like a franchise quarterback. He's not, but he looks like one for about 60 minutes. I think Kirk Cousins goes off. I think Adam Thielen goes off. I think Justin Jefferson goes off. I think the kid Alexander Madison goes off. Dalvin Cook, he's not playing this week from everything I've seen. I'm thinking 31-10.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna piggyback a lot of what you just said there, and I'm gonna go Minnesota as well. I mean, they put up a good fight against Seattle, so Atlanta is definitely not Seattle. I don't see how they can overcome anything. You know, going against Minnesota, how they're gonna stop the run game. You know, Thielen and going deep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like 38-10 or something of that nature. Kirk Cousins, he's gonna have himself a
real
game.
Fast. I think it gets ugly really, really fast. So Ron Thomas said, like I told you, Alphabet said Atlanta Falcons will go 0-16 this year. I don't think y'all are that bad. Maybe 2-14.
You might sneak out a win somewhere down there.
You might get a win out there. So next game, Chicago at Carolina. We got a Teddy Bridgewater side. Teddy Bridgewater playing good, man.
Sure
and
is.
They doing this without Christian McCaffrey.
Without McCaffrey.
Mike
Davis.
Davis out there balling, helping all my fantasy people out there.
Yes, he is.
We all knew. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. Because I was there when I said it. Mitchell Trubisky is garbage dumpster juice. Like I said, y'all got me up here on this show. Shout out to my man, the professional one, D. Stanfield. I told him Mitchell Trubisky stinks. I go, it's a matter of time. As soon as they sign Nick Foles, I'm like, his days are numbered. His days are numbered. First little stink, first little patch of, playing like crap, and he's going to get benched.
And he came over with a heavy contract, so you knew at some point he was getting playing time. There's no way you sign a guy with that contract and he's just going to sit on the bench. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I look. Nick Foles is what they needed. A guy, he'll make some plays here. Super Bowl MVP. Let's not forget Super Bowl champion. He won. It wasn't Carson Wentz that won that Super Bowl. It was Nick Foles. Okay, come in there.
Philly
Don't
special.
turn over the ball. Play decent defense. Don't do anything stupid. Allen Robinson's playing well. David Montgomery's playing well. Foles isn't turning over the ball. You're starting to see sightings from Akeem Ayers, Khalil Mack. They're playing well. So I'm going to take.
The defense is starting to gel a little bit.
They're starting to gel because look, when your quarterback is giving the ball away, I think I said this too. When your quarterback, I don't care how good your defense is, if your quarterback is turning over the ball and your defense has to keep going out there, eventually they're going to break. This defense they're getting a lead. They're able to unleash their pass rushers. I think Teddy Bridgewater is in trouble this week. I think Khalil Mack and them boys get after him this week. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I think it's another close game. I'm going to say 24-21 Chicago.
Yeah, I'm going Carolina because I like what Teddy Bridgewater's been doing, and I like what Carolina's bringing to the table. Chicago, it's going to be a tough game, and it's definitely going to be close. But I just don't. I think Teddy Bridgewater outlasts Foles.
Okay.
You got to stop Mike Davis. This guy is all over the field. He's running everywhere, and Teddy can scramble when he has to. I mean, bring Khalil Mack in, and you're going to have Teddy scrambling or rolling out, to the right side or something. So I'm going the opposite. I'm going to pick Carolina, but I still think it's going to be close, and it could be 21-19 or something of that nature. But Carolina.
Okay, I got you. So next game we got Detroit at Jacksonville. Another team look. Jacksonville, I like the kid Gardner Minshew. I like the kid, what's his name? James Robinson, the rookie running back. He's playing extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if DJ Chark is playing this week. I think he showed up on the injury report. This is kind of tough, man.
You got Chenault's on he's questionable as well.
Mr. Chenault, he's doing his thing. Josh Allen, the defensive end, not Josh Allen, the quarterback, defensive end. I'm actually going to take the Jags on this one. I think Ada might like that. They're still coming in last place in the division, so get my CeeDee Lamb jersey ready. But I'm gonna pick Jacksonville. I think I think Gardner Minshew has a good game. I think he has a really good game. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I'm gonna say 24-17 Jacksonville.
That's not bad. I had a hard time picking this game because I really didn't care for neither team, but I was trying to weigh out the options, as far as talent wise and stuff. So I leaned towards Detroit a little bit, and I did that because I feel like we're gonna have a Swift sighting this week. That's just me though. I could be wrong, but I feel like he might have a breakout. He's a good pass catcher. I'm leaning towards Detroit for that, but I'm gonna go 24-14.
24-14 Jags.
Yeah, no, Detroit. Taking
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I see a Swift sighting. I'm telling you, I see a Swift sighting.
See, Ace, this is why me and you
I see Swift.
Stuff.
Yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit.
I got you. So next game we got Denver at New England.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier in the show we talked about Melvin Gordon. I don't think he's going to be in this game. But they get Drew Lock back, supposedly. He's supposed to be back. And Cam Newton comes back this week from his COVID.
And Stephon Gilmore.
They both were on COVID protocol. So
now they said that this game was going to be in the air because somebody had tested, with COVID. But then they came back and said it was a false.
Yeah, I saw that. False positive.
So the game's not in jeopardy. It's still going to move forward. Thank God.
Look, Cam Newton has really.
Has he surprised you?
No.
He surprised you. No, you know it.
I told you guys. I said, as soon as Tom Brady got traded, all my Bills people out there, oh man, we got the division. I think I think you're going to have to see. I think you're going to have to see New England for that division. I trust Bill Belichick. I told you guys that he's the kind of guy. He's going to go out. They're going to play good, solid ball. I said a very simple game plan. They're going to run the football. They're finally giving the ball to Sony Michel's on injured reserve, and I think I said this too, Damian Harris. I think I said this. I go, this kid. I go, he was on that same Alabama team with Josh Jacobs. They were a 1-2 punch, and I thought he was better than Josh Jacobs. So he's the starter now. He's got all these running backs. You still got James White, Super Bowl MVP James White. You still got Rex Burkhead. He comes in there. You get this kid with fresh legs, Damian Harris. Cam will take off on you. N'Keal Harry, I know I said something about him. You still got the ageless wonder and Julian Edelman. Yeah. And I would not be surprised if Bill Belichick goes and makes some kind. I was like, what if Le'Veon Bell went to the Patriots? That's a Belichick type move.
I was waiting.
That's what they do. That's what they do. I was like, don't be surprised because they're that kind of team, you know.
As a Bills fan, I said that's a move that he would make, but I didn't think that they had the money, you know, if they were thinking about long term, how would they, do that? But
yeah, I'm just at the point now. I'm tired of them pushing back games. Look, if you keep. And just to go back to Tennessee Titans, I'm going to say this. Even though they got that win against the Bills, they still should slam the Titans. I'm talking draft picks. Look, y'all want to give the Patriots a hard time and call them a bunch of cheaters and stuff? It's the same difference. You're having practices. And I don't give a – if you're the coach, you need to know stuff about that. If you don't know that, then you need to control your people.
Well,
I want some draft picks. I want some money.
I want to give you some insight for network purposes. There was a conversation with the Tennessee Titans PR team.
Okay.
The Tennessee Titans knew nothing about this whole league situation as far as the locker room and the practices. That came September 29th. That was before the NFL came up with the rule as far as the whole locker room situation. That's why you have not heard of no punishment yet from the league whatsoever. And most likely you will hear no punishment from the league because, again, they actually have proof that the league did not inform them beforehand. So most likely the league will be dropping it, but I'm kind of upset, and I don't want to take up too much time. Sorry, y'all. Fire starter.
You're always welcome. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want to take up too much time, but this is why I wrote an article about will we remember the Titans. You can go on challengernews.com and read it. It's about the integrity of the NFL. The integrity is in question again because people put it out there. People put it out there about a whole forfeiture, and you know how we got to investigate, and then come to find out the league did not do its due diligence, in which now Tennessee looked super bad on this situation, and it is still an investigation. But I'm definitely about 90, I would say 90% sure that the Tennessee Titans will not be getting no hefty penalties for what happened a couple weeks ago.
Okay. If they didn't do anything wrong, did I stand corrected?
No, you're okay. No. It's not even about you being still corrected. It's just about making sure that everybody knew about that, because I don't know if everybody knew about that situation.
Well, I think this is the other thing that pisses people off about the NFL, and I love the NFL. They're always reactive. They were reactive when it came to domestic violence, and it's like, this guy gets this amount of time for this, but this guy gets this amount of time for it. It's like we need to have a standard, whatever, and you need to be in front of it. If you do this, you can expect this punishment instead of, we're making this up as we go along. So moving on to the next game, Houston at Tennessee, an AFC South battle.
I'm taking New England, by the way, on that last game. I didn't get to throw that out there.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take New England just because I don't trust Denver. The injuries, young talent. Bill Belichick is all I'm gonna say. New England.
Okay. So AFC South battle, Houston at Tennessee. Look, Tennessee impressed me. They impressed me. Now, I always tell you, I always say, when it comes to divisional game, I throw everything out the window.
Mhm.
But Tennessee right now, they're just, to me, Ryan Tannehill. We got to start giving him some props. We got to start when he was in Miami, we he was hanging on by a thread about being called the B word. Bust.
A bust. Yeah.
Bust. We
Yeah.
were that's what we were mentioning him as.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much settled that Adam Gase is a terrible coach. Can we agree to that?
No, there's no question about it.
This guy goes over here, and you can't just say, "Oh, he's just handing the ball off to Derrick Henry." He's mobile. He's making plays with his legs. He's finding guys like Jonnu Smith. He's finding AJ Brown. He's
Hurry
finding
up.
Corey Davis.
Yeah, to hurry up offense there. He was making adjustments at the line, audibles. I mean,
Exactly. He's really stepped his game up. And I like Deshaun Watson, but I just think Tennessee's playing with a lot of confidence. I think beating the Bills the way that they did. The Texans are playing better. I just think that with the Texans, they're going to have to wait to the offseason, get a general manager, get some help for Deshaun Watson. I'm taking Tennessee here. I think it'll be a close game, divisional game, but I just like Tennessee here. And I'm going to say 30-24 Tennessee.
I'm going to take Tennessee as well, but I do want to give the Texans some props. You know what? Because they didn't look too bad with Romeo Crennel at the helm, and they did pretty well. They looked like there was some energy out there. There was receivers getting involved over there. I mean, they're going to take a loss to the Titans for sure, but down the stretch, you might see them, win some games and pull out some games there. So I wouldn't count them out too soon. Give them a shot in there. But this week, yeah, the Titans are rolling all over them. I mean, how's that defense going to stop Tannehill and Derrick Henry? Who's tackling him? So, I mean, I'll give it to the Titans there, and that's going to be like a 28-10 scenario for this game.
Oh, and a little bit of advice for Houston: don't tackle Derrick
Henry. Yeah, I mean, go for the knees, man. You got to go for the knees. Hang on to the ankle. Do something.
So next game we got. Battle? We have a contest between the WFT. I always have to be careful when I say it. The Washington football team at the New York Giants. Two teams in my division. They're just terrible. I don't even know I think Kyle Allen's going to be the starter.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far into the game because I was just kind of
They said if he's healthy, he would play. He had got benched, and they brought in Alex Smith. Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Alex Smith, from that devastating knee injury. Look, I think this is a very low-scoring affair. I would not be surprised if there weren't more than 21 points scored in this game. They're both very putrid offenses.
Are you saying that the field goal kickers are going to be the stars?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So if you're in fantasy football,
yeah, I think
these kickers.
If you're playing fantasy football, my advice would be get Washington's defense and get the New York Giants defense this week. I'm going to take.
I'm leaning with the Giants.
This game is like picking. Would you rather have liver and onions or Brussels sprouts for dinner?
It's tough. I got to lean with the Giants. I'm leaning with the Giants a little bit, and that's just because of the play of Daniel Jones. I think he'll do more than Kyle Allen will. You know what I mean? But overall, I mean, like I said, it could be the kickers. They could be the stars. It could be, a 13-9 or, one of those type of scores. So
I'm going to say 14-10 Giants.
Yeah, I'll stick with the 13-9.
Yeah, 14-10 Giants. Let me see here. I'm going to read some of these comments. Mr. Randall said, E18 says Bronco. No, I'm sorry. I'll go back up one more. Yuri Bar says Patriots if the game is played. E18 says Broncos. Denver Ethan Tweedy, you're taking the Broncos? Okay.
Really? That's an
Oh,
upset.
that's what he said. I guess so. Upset of the week.
All right.
Mr. Randall, Denver versus New England. I'm picking the rest to win. Trust Raven Patriots. They said the game should be on schedule.
It should be on
I'm
schedule.
doubting it, but it's 2 days away. Life is life. Talking about Ageless Wonder, my birthday tomorrow. Woo, woo, happy birthday, Mr. Randall.
Happy birthday, sir.
Ethan Tweedy says Tennessee. Yuri Barr says Titans. Dalton says Titans. Raven says Triton. Let's see here. Happy early birthday, Titans. But I wonder if Houston not going to make it interesting. I think it'll be a good battle. I don't think they'll just lay over. James Woodcock, Tennessee 27-21. Yuri Barr says Washington. I'm thinking 24-21, 28-24. Dalton says Giants. Randall says Giants. Wilcox said Washington with Alex Smith 20-13.
Is Alex Smith starting? Can anybody in the comments look that up? I'm not sure.
They had said if Kyle Allen was healthy that he would start. So we'll see how long. He's probably on a short leash. Yeah. Breaking news: Washington and Giants on Comedy Central. Ethan Tweedy says Giants. Dwayne Haskins will not be around for much longer.
Oh, he's out of there.
I can think. All I can think of is counting by three with the football players.
Field goal game. This is going to be the field goal game.
The football game.
I'm telling you, go get the kickers right now.
Without a doubt. So moving on to the next game. What we got next? Next game.
What do we got here? 4 o'clockers.
We got our late games. New York Jets.
Oh boy, I don't think there's much to say about this game here.
I'm not even going to really talk much about this. New York Jets. Look,
I just seen what Miami did to San Fran. Okay, so with that being said, it's going to probably be the same thing against the Jets.
Beat down city. I think they get it. You know, it's really sad, and I tell people all the time, where you go has a lot to do with your success. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say Sam Darnold sucks. Do we know that Sam Darnold sucks? Do we know that he sucks?
He just hasn't. The team, they haven't built around him.
When you go, you have one of the worst coaches in football, with one of the worst franchises in football, with one of the worst GMs in football. No wide receivers. You just gave up Le'Veon Bell.
You sold everybody.
You just cut him. Just cut him. You didn't. You tried to trade him. Nobody wanted to trade you for him. And then you're in salary cap hell now because you paid him all this money.
I mean, this has been going on since last year with the Lev Bell situation, and that's obviously because Bell didn't get along with Gase and all these other players who aren't getting along with Gase. So as a general manager, you have to take a look at that and go, is this the guy who should be leading my team as a coach?
I mean, look,
how long do you hold on to him for? How long?
That's what I'm saying. When I hire a coach or a GM, if I'm the GM and I'm hiring a coach and I got a player over here, a high price player, can you maximize this guy's talent? Because if you can't, I don't need you here because now we're going to be in salary cap hell and I can't put other players around them. So I've spent a first round pick on my quarterback, who I don't really get to evaluate. I don't really get to evaluate him, right? Because he doesn't have – we drafted a receiver. I don't know if Denzel Mim has played. Jamison Crowder's our number one wide receiver.
You got rid of Robbie Anderson. You sold him.
You got rid of Robbie Anderson.
You got rid of Bell. You got rid of Adams. I mean, you're just – the whole team is just imploding.
Yeah, so next? It's like I don't really so then we get the first pick in the draft. We don't have any salary cap.
Right.
So now I draft Trevor, and he's in the same situation. He's in the same situation that Sam Darnold is.
Yeah.
So he gets the hell beat out of him. We don't have any running backs. We don't have any wide receivers. We got a brand new coach because I'm sure Adam Gase is going to get fired. And we'll have a new GM. So
they got the ageless Frank Gore. Hold on now. No, they do have a young running back there. I forgot how he pronounced his first name. It's Michael, I believe. Perrine.
Piron. He's
yeah, watch out for him. He might get some,
He had a cousin.
some burn.
He had a cousin that played at Oklahoma, Samaje P. Ryan. They're all related. He played at Oklahoma and was picked up by got drafted by the Washington football team. But he never really got a chance to shine. So yeah, Joker game. Dolphins beat the snot out of him. I can see. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick throws for 400 yards.
Jesus. Parker
goes off. The kid Miles Gaskins, the running back, he goes off. I'm saying 32 to 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a 38 to 10.
38 to 10.
Yeah, they're gonna make Fitzpatrick look, like this, supreme quarterback. You got Preston Williams out there, Parker out there. They're gonna eat. Gesicki's gonna eat. Gaskins, all these guys, man.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly.
And then that defense is probably licking his chops because they know that the Jets have no offensive talent.
No offensive threats whatsoever. So
they're not worried.
It's going to be really bad. So moving on to the next game, another late game, Green Bay at Tampa Bay.
Now, I love this game right here because as far as I know, everybody is back for this game. Godwin's back. Devontae Adams is back. Evans is back. So
is Fournette back?
I think Fournette is questionable for this game, but that could change. They got till 4:00.
Ronald Jones ain't been playing too bad. He ain't been playing too bad. And I guess sometimes that's what you need. You just need some competition back there, somebody to push you.
Right.
Look, man.
This is a game I like to see, the battle of the quarterbacks. This is what I want to see.
For a long time, we've had it's been the question, Brady, Breeze, Rodgers. Yep. And right now, give me your top three MVP candidates right now, as of right now, in order.
Well, Russell Wilson is number one, and there's no denying that. Russell Wilson all day.
Yeah.
And I got to go A-Rod, and then it's not a sexy pick, but Josh Allen is the guy. And then after that is Cooks from Minnesota. So you could pick between those two if you want to juggle those. But those are my 4 MVPs.
I can't get right now. I think without a doubt,
Russell's just playing at another level.
Russell Wilson is definitely without a doubt, in my opinion. Russell Wilson, and then I would say definitely A-Rod at 2.
A-Rod's
definitely. And at 3, I can't put Josh Allen in there anymore. Now look, this is a weekly thing. Uh-huh. Now Josh Allen goes and kicks the hell out of the Kansas City Chiefs and throws for 300 yards on the Chiefs and beats the Chiefs on Monday night. He's right back in the discussion. But after, I'm going to say with number 3, I'm going to say Ryan Tannehill.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm picking Dalvin Cook over Ryan Tannehill, but
Dalvin Cook is hurt again.
I know, but when he's still leading the league in rushing yards. You can't even take that away. And the guy got hurt on top of it. I mean, he was playing like a savage. So I got to keep him in that conversation. I can't just he's gonna miss a game now, and then guys are gonna catch up, and you won't see him play. But it's hard to take him out of that conversation.
I think what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now, and him and Aaron Jones, and I told you guys about Aaron Jones. I watched Aaron Jones play here at UTEP. Mm-hmm. And he was just incredible, man. He is really taking over that backfield. Devontae Adams, they get him back, and they found a new weapon too. The tight end Tonyan. Tonyan. That Dre went and picked him up, got him off of. I traded. I traded him. I traded him.
Pry him off you? Did he pry him off you?
He matched him up with Aaron Rodgers on his damn team. So I don't know who's playing Dre in our fantasy league this week, but good luck. He got Aaron Rodgers and Tonyan and Alexander Madison. He over there just doing his thing. So.
I mean, there's a lot of talent out here. I mean, Brady's got all his guys back too, because the last couple of weeks he's been playing without, some of those guys. Yeah. Mike Evans was questionable. Godwin was hurt.
Mike Evans has been a little bit banged up. But I think Tampa Bay coming off of the bye, though, and getting back, Devontae Adams. I still would like to see them go get another receiver. I'm not sold on Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I'm not. I'm just not sold on him.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him either. I like Lazar a little bit better, but obviously, he's hurt.
Lazard is out now. Lazard was doing it. I think he's out for another 3 weeks to a month.
Right.
How long is Lazard out for, Dre? Do you know?
He's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think it's already been like 3 weeks already. So he got about 2 or 3 more weeks. But I just think Aaron Rodgers is playing at an MVP type level. I think getting back his favorite receiver. I think they get after Brady. If he can remember that it's fourth.
I was gonna say that right there. You got to remember what down it is, man. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just be out there,
having J.R. Smith moments.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you can't do that. He said he. Oh, and then
going, come on, what are you doing?
and then there's a report. Hey, I can't verify this. There was a report in the locker room, and we talked about.
Yeah,
Brady was going off.
He was yelling in the locker room, slamming his helmet around. Why didn't somebody tell me that it was fourth down? And somebody they'll
mention no names. No,
you don't have Bill Belichick here to carry your ass anymore.
Whew.
That's what I heard.
That's huge.
Hey Marcus, do I get to pick this game, sir?
Yes, sir. This is your squad. Talk to me.
Here we go. Go, Pat, go.
One more time. Okay.
I think this is a high-scoring affair. I think I'm going to say 38-35 Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going with the same scenario there. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes or who has the ball less. That's what it's going to come down to, because that Brady's not just going to, slouch over. I mean, he knows how to play ball. He knows what's going on. It's definitely going to be high. It could be 38-41. It could be settled by a field goal.
Trust Raven says Tampa. Let's see here. Randall. Let's see here. Yuri says Tampa. Dalton says Packers. Yuri says Tampa. Raven says Fournette questionable.
Yeah, it's questionable.
Randall says Packers. Tampa by 3. Ravens. Dalton Smith said, "What down is it? Third or fourth down?" Let's see here. Dalton says Wilson, Rodgers, Allen.
Ooh.
Yuri says Wilson, Rodgers, Cam. Randall says Wilson, A-Rod, Allen, Mahomes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, the first two everybody's agreeing on.
I think everybody's pretty much agreed with Russ and
A-Rod. Yeah, then those third and fourth. I heard some Allen's in there.
Russ Raven says Russ, A-Rod. That's it. Honestly, Aaron Donald making a case.
No.
Okay, I don't know. It's really hard for a defensive player to get it. Stat-wise, closer between Allen and Mahomes than you think. Aaron Donald, check his stats. Defense not high on MVP, but man, he's balling. James Woodcock says Wilson, Mahomes, Rodgers.
Well, what about Winfield Jr.? He would be over Aaron Donald.
I could see him being defensive rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. I could say I don't know about
the full-out MVP. He's playing great though.
Russ and A-Rod clear cut. Yuri says Derrick Henry. Alvin Kamara. Dalton says Alvin Kamara. Can we throw him there? Mahomes coming for blood Monday. 3 to 4 touchdowns. Watch.
I think it's a shootout. Oh, we didn't get to that game, but we're getting there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Hang on. Bucks by 3. Robert Leader says, "Okay, sir, your 2 minutes are up next." Let's see here. Ethan Tweet says Bill's going to be pissed off that night too, Ravens. Okay. We're going to talk about it. Believe that.
Oh, here we go. Right here. Here's a divisional game.
Ethan says Josh Allen's going to torch that secondary. Okay. We'll get there. Trust me, it's coming.
Oh, yeah, it's coming. Hey, look at this divisional game right here.
We go to NFC West game. I'm going to say this, and when I say this, people are, you're making excuses. Injuries hurt. There's a reason why a guy is a starter or all-pro. There's levels to this. I tell y'all this all the time.
So with that being said, that's why the Bills took that loss like they did to the Titans, right?
Oh, just next man up. Look, when you're getting down to third and fourth string, and you have Josh Norman trying to cover AJ Brown. There's a reason why Trey White is considered one of the top corners in the league. If Trey White plays in that game, he follows AJ. He follows AJ Brown all over the field. Without him, you have Josh Norman trying to cover AJ Brown, or trying to come up from his corner spot and tackle Derrick Henry in the open field, getting damn near decapitated. There's a reason why there's a depth chart, and some guys don't get to play because they're not very good. Okay, so when I say that, I don't just say it for my team. That's for everybody. And yes, injuries. We're in a very unusual situation. I don't think we've had players miss like this since maybe like World War II, where you have guys just opting out. Guys were going to World War II. They, even during Vietnam, you had guys that went to Roger Staubach. He was in Vietnam. Right. He was a 28-year-old rookie, Roger Staubach. 27, 28-year-old rookie. So we haven't really seen anything like this. And a lot of these rookies, they're not really getting a shot, or it's just it's different.
Well, so, there wasn't any practice or OTs or any of that stuff. So
a virtual draft. Right. A virtual draft. We had a virtual draft. So we have a NFC West battle, LA Rams, San Francisco.
You gotta feel bad. You gotta feel bad for the Niners.
I talked about Mitchell Trubisky sucking. I'm gonna give you another name. And I've been saying this, and every time I said this, people looked at me crazy. Jimmy Garoppolo sucks.
Who?
Jimmy Garoppolo sucks.
Who is that?
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Garoppolo sucks. He does. He sucks. He is the weak link on that team. I told people this during the Super Bowl. He got carried by an elite defense. Mm-hmm. He played with the Patriots, and people think just because people play for the Patriots that they're good. Mm-hmm. How did Matt Castle look after he left the Patriots?
He was not good at all.
How did Brian Hoyer look after he left the Patriots? How did Jacoby Brissett look after he left the Patriots? People think it's just because you leave the Patriots organization that you're good, and that goes for their coaches too. Who's the most successful Bill Belichick disciple that's come out that's been good? Bill O'Brien sucked. Romeo Crennel sucked. The offensive coordinator, what's his name?
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. He got a job with the Broncos. He sucked.
He sucked. Yeah.
Charlie Weiss sucked. Matt Patricia sucks.
Now
Bill O'Brien sucks.
How about Vrabel? Vrabel's looking okay. He played for
Mike Vrabel. He's looking all right. But I'm saying, how many coaches have left the Patriot order? Oh man, this guy, he's going to go here, and you're not Bill Belichick. You're not Bill Belichick. You coached under him. You coached under him.
He made you look good. He made you look good.
And that's why I get mad. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to piss some of y'all off. And I try to keep politics and stuff like this off of this show. But I get tired of seeing retread coaches. Tired of seeing retread coaches that keep getting jobs. Adam Gase, who ain't ever did nothing. And then you got a guy like Eric Bieniemy sitting up there,
He deserves a job. That guy deserves a job.
Now, he'll probably get a job this year. He should have had a job. Chris Richard, he was one of the hottest coaches when he left Seattle and he became our secondary coordinator. The dude, they don't have a job now, but Adam Gase has a job. Adam Gase has a freaking job. Jeff got another job. Jeff Fisher,
routine.
You got a bunch of young coaches. The defensive coordinator for San Francisco, he should have a job. But Adam Gase has a job. I'm sick of it. It's like, come on, man. You got these young, hungry coaches that want an opportunity, and you keep giving it to these bum ass dudes over and over and over, and they keep getting jobs. Because he coached under Bill Belichick and he sucks. So where was I at? I lost my train of thought.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. Now look.
Is Nick Mullins better than Jimmy G?
Yep.
Nick Mullins.
Yep.
Nick Mullins is better than Jimmy G.
Beathard's better than Jimmy G.
Agreed.
Beathard's better than Jimmy G. And it's like because he, they gave him that money. See, this is why some teams have success, long-term success, and why some teams keep falling behind. Because you had if the Seahawks had done that with Russell Wilson when they had brought in that one quarterback from the Packers and paid him all that money.
Oh yeah. What was his name?
Matt Flynn.
What was his name?
Yeah, Matt Flynn. Yep.
Matt Flynn. They bring him in. They pay him all this money, and they had Tavares Jackson. They had, and you bring in this 3rd round pick from Wisconsin, and he comes in there and he just look. I'm playing the best guy. I don't care how much money it costs. I don't care where you got drafted at. Whoever's the best players, play. And like Tony Romo said when he gave up the job to Dak Prescott. Football is the ultimate meritocracy. And by meritocracy, that means you get it off of merit, off of deserving it. Not because of who you know, not because of where you were drafted, not because of how much money you got paid, because you're the better player. Mm-hmm. So the Rams win this game. We saw what happened to the 49ers last week. Go ahead, Dre. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit heated right now. Go ahead, Dre.
It's okay. I understand. I understand you heated. I just wanted to talk about merit. His merit goes is about as far as this. Concession stand. I go visit it. Hey, can I get a sewer shake with a side of Jimmy G, please?
That's good.
He's not a good quarterback.
He's definitely not.
I would some of these. Who I would like to see? How about this? I'm gonna make a little trade proposal for you. Hey, San Francisco. New York Jets. Can we get Sam Darnold? For a 4th round pick? You're going to have the number 1 pick overall anyways.
Right.
Bring in Sam Darnold. He went to USC. Mm-hmm. He's a California kid. Bring him over here. Get his kid an opportunity. Jimmy G, sit your ass down. We made a mistake.
No, you can send Jimmy G. You can send Jimmy G right over to the Jets.
Yep, send him right to the Jets.
You can send him right swap.
We'll trade you Jimmy G for. We'll send you Jimmy G to. Hey, Atlanta.
And you know what? They'll take it because Jimmy G's been to the Super Bowl, so Gase will be high on that. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey.
Extra reason for him to lose his job.
Atlanta Falcons. Y'all might be in the run for the number 1 pick in the draft. Can we get Matt Ryan over here with a running game and some weapons and an offensive line and a good defense for next season? Because
what a coach that he knows.
I think what's going to happen with San Francisco this season is what happened to them a couple of years ago. They're going to have a terrible record. Mm-hmm. They're going to have a terrible record, and then they're going to come back. They're going to have a high-ass draft pick. They're going to get Nick Bosa back. They're going to get Solomon Thomas back.
And turn it right back around.
And they're going to turn it right back around. They're going to have a top 10 pick. They're going to have a top 10 pick, and they're going to be a problem next year. Not this year because they had too many. They still got the 3-headed monster running back. Deebo Samuel will be healthy. This kid, Ayuk, I think he's going to be good.
Yeah,
you just re-signed Kittle. And bring Sam Darnold. You know what? You want to get the hell out of New York? You want to come over here? We'll give you your 5th-year option. You come over here. You're playing on your rookie deal, and come over here. And he's a 1st-round pick. Obviously, he's a good player, but he's in a terrible situation. Get him the hell out of there.
That does sound like a good move, man. I didn't think about that one. Darnold to San Fran would be a pretty good move.
So I got the Rams winning this game. San Francisco, I think they're just it just gets to a point where you don't have
between injuries and they don't have a good quarterback. That's what it is. They have a lot of injuries.
So you can see right now, without that defense, he had last year.
The offense can't hold up.
Yeah, exactly. Mostert's still there. Jared McKinnon's still there. They went and picked up the lineman from the Redskins, Trent Williams. They picked him up. You still got Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, your first round pick, and you play like crap because you got carried. I love to see fraudulence exposed. I love to see it exposed. Oh, Jimmy G, he's good. Look at what he did. Jimmy G got carried by an elite defense. You know, and I said the same thing about Josh Allen. But I will say this. Josh Allen has picked up his game, and because the defense for the Bills is not playing as well as it did last year. Josh Allen's out there. He's making anticipation throws.
Right.
He's worked on his touch. He's throwing the ball down the field. He's got a number one receiver. You know, it matters. So I got the Rams winning this game. I think they, you know, even though it's a division game, I'm taking the Rams. I'm going to say 28-14.
Nah, you know what? I just watched San Fran get smoked by Miami, as I said earlier. So I expect the Rams to do the same thing because the Rams haven't lost anything. They still have all their weapons. You know, they still got Cooper Kupp. They still got Robert Woods. They got those running backs. They got a couple of tight ends.
Hero Everett.
Right, Everett, Hybe. Yeah, they're going to take care of business. Goff isn't – I mean, we expect a lot more out of Goff, but he's not bad. And he's a lot better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'll tell you that. So, I mean, this could get out of hand. This could be 40-10 easily.
And, Brad, I want you to come on to the show, and I want you to admit in front of everybody that Jimmy G sucks. I want you to do that. Just like I got to wear this damn hat. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I'm making it look good. So moving on to the next.
He was the biggest advocate of Jimmy G. You're not lying. I remember those conversations.
Yeah. Oh, man, Jimmy G, he's better than Dak Prescott. He's better than Dak Prescott. And I go, if you give Dak Prescott that team with that defense, and so we've been this
here we are.
Another big game. Big game. And Dre, I definitely want your take on this. Monday night game. Buffalo gets back-to-back primetime games. Both of these guys are coming off a loss. Kansas City. Who did Kansas City lost to?
The Raiders, who the Bills beat.
They're both coming off the losses. Very disappointing losses. Look.
It comes down to who's hungrier. All right.
This is a statement game. Me and you, we have another wager on this one, don't we?
Yes, we do. More easy money for me. All right. I haven't lost yet. By the way, I haven't lost yet.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is definitely a statement game, man.
I'm gonna get you back for making your ass back for that.
I think you said, what was the bet? The bet was, you said that the Chiefs will beat the Bills by more than 13. That's your,
yeah.
Yep, that's what.
After seeing what the Titans did, what was the final score in the Titans game?
About 40. What was it? 40 to what was that?
41 to 16. Yeah, 41 to 16. Yeah, I feel very confident about that. But go ahead. Give me your.
I'm gonna go the opposite there. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be close right down the stretch. You got these two big arm quarterbacks. Okay, they both have a lot of weapons. We discussed that yesterday in the chat where you were telling us, KC has what did you say exactly? Buffalo's weapons aren't as up to par with KC. Is that what you were saying?
I'm saying you got weapons. Look,
hold on.
Look, and let me make this statement.
Go ahead.
Is Devin Singletary better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Well, we don't know that yet.
I think by looking at the tape and looking at what they've done, has Devin Singletary had a 100-yard rushing game this season. Even with Zach Moss out, he's getting all of the carries.
No, he has not.
He has not had 100 yards. I've seen Clyde Edwards-Helaire have 150 rushing yard rushing game. Is Dawson Knox better than Travis Kelce?
No.
Okay. Is Josh Allen better than Patrick Mahomes?
This year,
Is Josh?
Yes.
Is Josh?
This year in the first 5 games, yes.
The eye is everybody out there. Is Josh Allen better than Patrick Mahomes?
Are they a similar player?
Super Bowl MVP.
All right.
$500 million man.
We'll give it to you.
Okay. Now I will give you. Now
my debate was the receivers. That was my biggest debate. Was Diggs to Tyreek Hill and then Smoke to Sammy. But now Sammy's out, so Smoke is better than Miracle Hardman and Robinson. So that's out of the way.
I'm not just looking at 2 players. I'm looking at the other guys too. Demarcus Robinson is not a joke. Demarcus Robinson is not. We've seen Demarcus Robinson have good games.
So he might be comparable to Beasley.
He's more of a big play. Look, I think as a receiver, as strictly a wide receiver. Me and you, we talked about this. We went back and forth. We talked for an hour.
Well, there was some good premise. The conversation was very good.
Stephon Diggs is a better overall wide receiver. But who is a better weapon overall?
I mean, that's so tough to say because I remember one of your points was you brought up. I remember you brought up deep threat.
Tyreek Hill, you put him on jet sweeps. You put him on bubble screens. You put him on kickoff return, punt return. You can line him up all.
I'll give you that. But
it's just a receiver, a very good receiver. He's a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill is. But
is he a better route runner? Is he a better route runner?
Stephon Diggs is a better route runner.
And is he a better deep threat?
No.
Oh, that's tough. No. How? Explain how it's not. Because wasn't Diggs the best deep threat guy last year, and he's looking about to be the same thing this year.
Tyreek Hill, every time he starts running, he scares the daylights out of it. His nickname is the Cheetah.
That's just because he's fast. I mean, anybody can run out there and be fast.
But he's not just fast. And the thing with him, he's like, you can roll the ball to him. You can run jet. He's a more versatile player than Stephon Diggs is. Now, if you just say, I just want a straight up wide receiver, a guy who runs routes and catches the ball. But if I say I want a guy who's a playmaker that I can line up all on special teams,
I get it.
That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. So
I respect it. But now, what about Brown? And you were saying what? Miracle Hardman?
John Brown's a better player than Mecole Hardman.
Is he a better player than Sammy Watkins if Sammy's healthy?
When Sammy Watkins is healthy, it's not fair because of all the other weapons that they have. That's not Sammy Watkins, a first-round pick. A number 5 overall pick.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
Mecole Hardman, they drafted. You know why they drafted Mecole Hardman? Because they didn't think they were going to have Tyreek Hill. They thought with the child abuse or whatever he had going on, they thought maybe they would be cutting Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. There were people who wanted Tyreek Hill. They had just got rid of Kareem Hunt. Mm-hmm. And then this guy gets that situation and threatens his baby mama and stuff. They drafted Mecole Hardman to be Tyreek Hill's replacement. He just doesn't get the opportunity to do it because Tyreek Hill's still on the team. But if Tyreek Hill was not on the team, he would probably be their number 1 receiver. Now he gets an opportunity with no Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, now he gets the
number 2. He's the number 2 now, so we'll see. Both teams got embarrassed. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Both teams got embarrassed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I think it's safe to say that because what we've seen from that Kansas City versus Raiders game, Kansas City isn't, as tough as everybody thinks. That offensive line has some questions. The defense was getting burned a little bit by Carr. I mean,
I think just like I said with
I think both of these teams have the same problem.
I thought Buffalo overlooked Tennessee. That's what I believe, and I might be wrong on that.
I thought that too. I think they were game planning for both. They didn't know if, the NFL was going to allow them to play the Titans, so they looked forward to the Kansas City game. That could have been very well.
If Kansas City, if Buffalo was playing Kansas City last week like they were supposed to be doing on Thursday night, I think Trey White plays in that game.
Yesterday, it's supposed to be yesterday.
Yes, I think that Trey White plays in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they were like, you know what? I think we got enough over here to beat these guys. I think we got enough to beat Tennessee, and they just got out physical. And I think Kansas City was like, look, Kansas City, they spot people 17 points. They spotted Houston 17 points in the playoff game.
Yeah.
And the way that they look at it is we can always, no matter how far behind we get back, we got Patrick Mahomes, we got this explosive offense, and we're good.
But that line is very suspect.
It is.
Let's be honest, because the Raiders were chasing him around. I mean, yes, he was making throws when he was running, and I respect his arm strength and how he gets the ball out of there. But he was on the move.
But I mean, here's the other thing too, and I might be wrong with saying this. I think the Raiders got a better defense. I think the Raiders' defensive line is playing better than your.
Absolutely.
Have we had an Ed Oliver sighting yet?
I don't think he had a sack.
I haven't seen Ed Oliver really stand out. And the rookie.
The rookies had a couple of plays though.
The rookie got told to get the hell over here because he kept jumping off sides, and the coach looks at the defensive coordinator and is like, get him out of here. Get him over here on the sideline. Mm-hmm. You can't give these guys extra opportunities. I think it's going to be a good game.
Hold on a minute, brother. Hold on a minute. I want you to read some of these comments because what's going on in these comments is actually awesome. They're like ranking all the receivers of both of these games, like in order from who's the best.
Go ahead and read it. Bro.
These are some pretty good comments I was just catching in here. Ethan Tweedy says Josh Allen still leads AFC in passing yards and touchdown. Trust Raven says Beasley a shortage guy, but the Diggs is a better route runner, but Hill is a more explosive receiver. Ethan Tweedy says Diggs leads AFC in receiving yards. Also, Trust Raven says ask Dak about stats. ... 8 and 8. That's probably for you, bro. Hill routes, bro. Oh, okay. Hill's routes have gotten much better, and he's made a lot of contested catches. Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, but that wasn't the question. The question is, who's a better wide receiver, Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill?
Here, I'm getting down to the meat part here. Brown not over a healthy Sammy. Brown over Hardman and Robinson. Trust Raven says it's Hill, Diggs, Sammy, Brown, Hardman, Robinson, Beasley in that order. But Beasley gets less when John Brown plays. Laura Randall said Raiders executed a game plan. Division rival. Everyone says Chiefs looked horrible. Still up 32. True. Chiefs was actually up 14-3 in that game. Chiefs also lost O'Malley for the year. Azamila for the year at guard. Our defense is horrendous right now. Ethan Tweedy, that is correct. Gruden deserves much more credit on that win. And Ed Oliver had a decent showing at Vegas.
Okay.
Well, so pretty good remarks.
I'll just say this. This is one of the games that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that Packers game. And I'm looking forward to this Bills Chiefs game. I know Dre he'll probably be showing it. So we're going to dissect that game. I still think the Chiefs are the better team.
Actually, I will be there in attendance.
Dre said he will be there. He will. So, Dre doing his journalistic work. Dre's going to be up in there. So I know Dre will be getting back with us and letting us know what's going on. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this game. I'm going to take the Chiefs. And look, I picked against the Bills twice this year.
Mm-hmm.
I picked against the Rams with them, and I picked them to beat the Titans. I picked them to beat the Titans, and I lost on that one. But I'm picking the Chiefs on here mainly because me and you have this wager, and I need to win that because I lost $50. I'm not happy about wearing this hat, so I got to get you back. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, and I look. The wager is 13 points.
13 or better.
I'm saying the Chiefs in this game. I'm saying the Chiefs get back to their explosive ways. I think Andy Reid, he gets creative, and I'm gonna say 37-24, and that'll cover
your talent there. Your bet.
Yeah, that'll cover there.
Well, I heard you say something. I want to throw it out there myself. I am also looking forward to that Green Bay Tampa Bay game. I'm looking forward to this game, and I'm also looking forward to the later game after this game to see how Dallas rebounds without Dak. But as far as this game goes, I gotta roll with Buffalo.
Okay.
I think they have more to prove. They just took a beating on Tuesday night, and they have to come out and say, hey, what you've seen, that was just a bad game. We're really this team and we're really here. And if they beat Kansas City, this is a game right here where you could get the respect. You want the notoriety, of saying, hey, we're here and this is what it's going to be. This is the team you do it on. This is how you get that.
Defending Super Bowl. It don't get no bigger
than the champs.
Super Bowl champ. Defending
beat
Super
the champs. You might have lost you might have took an L against the runners up, but you come and you beat the champs. And
what's that saying, Ace? To be the man,
you gotta beat the man. You gotta beat the man. There's no question about it. And I do think this is a high scoring game. There's no way the Chiefs are beating them 13 or more. This game is going to be like 38-35 or something of that nature. I mean, you got these two big arm quarterbacks who've also been talking about doing a charity situation. Who could throw the ball farther, or whatever the case may be. Who's got the more bigger arms? So this is something that I really want to see, and I can't wait to watch this game. You got all this talent on both sides of the ball. Trey White versus the Cheetah. Let's see how that plays out. It's a lot better than Norman, I'll tell you that. But you got these offenses. You got these offenses that are explosive. So I'm expecting a lot of scoring to happen. So I'm taking the Bills though. That is my pick, and I said 38-35, right? Is that what I said? One of them scenarios? Yeah, that covers my
okay.
That covers my bet there.
First, I need them to win. And then second, I need them to win by 13 or more points. So, Dre, you want to jump in here on this one here? Any thoughts on this, or are you going to keep it because you're going to be covering the game?
I mean, there's a lot of players coming back healthy for the Bills this week. I just want to throw that out there. Milano's back. Trey White is back. Key pieces that it's tough on defense. And
this one will be a squeezer.
A squeezer.
And it's at home, baby. It's at home.
At home with no fans. No Bills Mafia.
This game will squeeze the life out of people.
I think
it would be super close.
The Bills are in all blues. He's in all reds.
I hope the Bills win this game, but I'm going to take the Chiefs 35-31.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to read some of these comments. Trust Raven said Chiefs was actually up 14-3 in that game. Chiefs also lost Osemele for the year at guard. Ethan Tweet says our defense is horrendous right now. Gruden deserves much credit on that win. Ed Oliver had a decent showing at Vegas. If Chiefs lose, you keep the Bills hat on. I'll tell you what. If the Bills beat the Chiefs, I will wear this hat again next week on the show. That fair? I will do that. If the Chiefs lose to the Bills, I will wear this hat again next week on the show. Let's see here. Will, how are you going to deal with Mahomes' 27th ranked passing defense? Y'all don't really blitz like we did, but best of luck. Sucks. 16 of the 32 teams have fans. Raven says Chiefs strike early in offense. They have to. More to prove than the defending champs. Cotter about to show out in Texas. We'll get to that. The Chiefs got more to prove. Lost to the team the Bills beat. It'll hurt more if the Chiefs lose to the Bills. To be honest, the Ravens refusing to abandon the blitz and man-to-man coverage hurt them a lot also.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robert Leader says, okay, deal. Y'all heard it here. If I
yeah, I just want to go back to that comment. Yeah, I mean the Bills have a lot to prove because they've been known to only beat teams that aren't good, and that's why they made the playoffs last year.
And Robert Leader with a wager, it's just not a one-sided deal. If the Chiefs win, then you gotta put up an Andy Dalton picture as your profile picture.
In a Cowboys uniform, right?
Not a Cowboy. You got to put on an Andy Dalton profile picture in a Cowboys uniform is yours. Then we'll talk about it.
Not that old Bengals.
And then the last game of the week, Arizona at Dallas. As you all saw last week, it hurt me because he's just such a good dude, man. You know, and it kind of pissed me off. People were like celebrating. I'm like, look, if you don't like a team, that's fine. You know, Pete, I get it all. Man, Marcus, Cowboys suck, man. I hate the Cowboys. And that's cool. I totally get it. Mm-hmm. I don't ever cheer for the injury of a player.
Yeah, I'm not.
Knock on wood, if I saw Josh Allen go down and, you know, get hurt, knock on wood, and I'm not wishing for that, I would be concerned because it takes a certain amount of bravery and testicular fortitude to step on a football field and play. And you can tell the people who never played, you know, I respect anybody who gets in a boxing ring or an octagon or a football field where you're basically giving another person or a team to physically assault you. Okay, so let's not ever get to the point where we're celebrating somebody getting hurt.
Not only that, but did you see the severity of the injury? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you know, a compound fracture, the bones. I mean, it was just as soon as he went down, it's like, yeah, that's you
get an injury like that, and it gets infected. You know, you got a chance there to lose your foot. You know, you could get your foot.
Yeah, I mean
that's not cool, man.
It kind of looked like Alex Smith. It kind of looked like Alex Smith.
Or who was the guy?
The Celtics, the basketball player from the Celtics.
Oh, I forgot who that was. I remember it happened to Allen Hurns with Dallas just a year back.
In a playoff game, you know, it's you know, let's not ever get to the point where we're insensitive and we're celebrating something. I mean, because after this, these guys are husbands, they're fathers, they're sons. Let's not ever get to the point where our dislike for a team makes us like celebrate somebody getting hurt.
We can't be wishing that stuff, man. These people are human beings at the end of the day.
Speedy recovery. I will say this. The only way that my Cowboys can win this game is they've got to get back to simple, smash mouth football. Keep away. You cannot turn the ball over and give Kyler Murray extra chances. You cannot give DeAndre Hopkins extra chances. You cannot give Christian Kirk extra chances. Now, I think Chandler Jones is out for the year. I think.
I know he's out. I don't know.
I know he's on IR. I don't know if it's short term or long term.
Yeah,
IR.
Somebody said it's for the year. Okay,
it's for the year. So I'm not celebrating Chandler Jones getting hurt. I'm just saying that we don't have to worry about having to deal with him, which helps our chances of winning. Speedy recovery to Chandler Jones as well. But Andy Dalton, what's the word that we use, Drake? Serviceable? He's a serviceable quarterback. Is he Dak Prescott? No, he's not.
That's the best backup quarterback in the NFL right now.
Maybe the best backup quarterback maybe the best, Nick Foles was. He was.
I think Andy Dalton has it. I mean, let's not. Yeah. I mean, people are going to sit there and criticize Andy Dalton. Why? Because he was with the Bengals. He didn't win a playoff game for 5 years. But he didn't do that bad, you know, for those seasons leading up to those playoff games. He
didn't have the weapons. Who's the best running back he had? Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. That's like the best running back
he's never seen a guy.
Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard. You got Ezekiel Elliott. Dalton Schultz is pretty damn good. You got 3 number 1 receivers. Your offensive line's a little bit. He's got a little bit of mobility.
He's got 3 number 1s, and he's got who's that other guy? Wilson is even.
Cedric Wilson's not bad, you know.
Wide receiver.
You know, he's got some weapons over there. simplify everything, run the ball, take some play action shots down the field of these receivers. They're going to get open. I can see Michael Gallup getting behind somebody. I think Patrick Peterson will probably be hovering over Amari Cooper, but who's going to cover CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb, he's as good as advertised. Use your weapons, run the football, don't turn the ball over. But that being said, I just think Arizona, Kyler Murray, he's playing out of his mind. I just don't see them. Now, they are supposed to be getting back Leighton Vander Esch.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week they get back Randy Gregory. So reinforcements are coming, but I just think I don't see them winning this game. I'm gonna take Arizona.
Wow, really?
28 to 20. 28 to 20. I'm picking Arizona in this game.
I'm surprised. I'm not. I'm leading with the Cowboys, and I'm going to tell you why. It gets back to that. It gets right back to that run game. That's all you got to do is throw a couple of slants, and you keep handing the ball off to Zeke. Who's going to stop Zeke? And then when you stop him, well, then you just start spreading the ball out to these 4 wide receivers and your tight end. You got options there, okay?
Without a doubt.
Shouts to Arizona. Kyler, he does his thing, and they got Hopkins over there. They got the ageless wonder Fitzgerald. But I mean, if Andy Dalton gets in the rhythm, man.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't see it.
This isn't just some ordinary. This isn't just some on the bench quarterback that's coming in. This is a guy who's actually played some years in the NFL with a team. And he's taken them to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Did they win? No, but they've got there.
Yeah.
So he has experience. He knows what's going on. He knows football. He knows the system. So I got to lean with the Cowboys. As far as the score, I mean, it could be, 34-28, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
I mean, someone's going to get a pick.
I just saw Trayvon Diggs against DK Metcalf, and I can't get that image out of my head.
Yeah, but that's DK Metcalf, man. That's not.
That's DeAndre Hopkins, man.
I know. I mean, I get it. I mean, DK Metcalf. That's
he's a beast, So
he's a different type of monster. But DeAndre Hopkins as well.
And then the thing is, you can have everything covered, and then Kyler Murray takes off.
Yeah, then Kyler Murray takes off. One thing I'm not worried about though is the running game. I mean, unless they give the ball to Chase Edmonds, is he the guy taking over? Is he the?
Yeah. So I definitely. So
I mean, because they could become one-dimensional if they're not really running the ball.
Yeah, but our secondary can't cover anybody. Like they just.
I know.
The Giants scored 34 points on us. The Giants, the worst offense in the league, scored 34 points. Like, that defense is, terrible. Now, there's been rumors this kid, Justin Simmons, safety from the Broncos, they're talking about maybe making a trade for him. But I just don't see – I don't see it. So, that's all the games right there. So, moving on, one of my favorite part of the show, there's levels to this. There's always levels to this. Can I get my levels to this?
I want the levels.
Levels to this. Dre, you there? Levels to this? Hey.
He had it up and then he leveled out.
Okay. So that's all of the games right there. Where are we at? So with the levels to this, I guess I don't get my levels to this side, and that's cool. So, as usual, Ramona, she's not here. She'll be back next week. She had some things going on. She'll be back next week. So, we have the Rocky Blyer Award. Since she can't say Rocky Blyer. Rocky Blyer Tough Guy Award. Do you have a nominee for it? I got my guy, the Rocky Blyer Player of the Week. Who you got?
The Tough Guy Award, huh? I'm gonna go Derrick Henry, all right?
And Derrick Henry with that decapitation.
I've seen all the memes all over, the social media sites, and it's kind of hilarious, and it was circling around, and I was like, man, he really did a number on this guy. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give him the award, off the fly. I didn't think that hard, of who really should have it, but I'm gonna give it to him for that that push or that mush or whatever you want to call it. That one hand stiff arm.
Yeah, that was just. I don't know if that's the worst stiff arm I see. I was going back. I saw a meme the other day, and it was like Josh Norman has been involved in some of the most disrespectful. Was that you who posted that? He's
Yeah,
been part of some of the most disrespectful plays in NFL history. Just really bad. For me, I am taking Chase Claypool. 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing.
It's a very good pick.
I just thought it was a dominating performance. I thought that was his breakout game. I think this kid, I think he's going to be special, man. The Steelers have been known to go out and get, I mean, think of the receivers that they've had, throughout history and even recent history. Plaxico Burress, he wasn't, Plaxico Burress, Antonio Holmes, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
they've had Hines Ward.
Who else? I'm missing some guys there.
Emmanuel Sanders and they had Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown and Mike Wallace on the same team.
Martavius Bryant. I mean, they've had some.
Martavius Bryant. He just couldn't stay. Walk the straight and narrow. But I mean, they've had receivers, and then you go and get Deontay Johnson and Juju Smith-Schuster and James Washington, and now this kid, he's a beast. They're talking to him. I'm not ready. Look, he's getting the award for this week. I'm not ready to put him in the Hall of Fame quite yet, and I'm not gonna, he's Megatron Jr. I'm not calling him Megatron Jr. yet. You got to do more than just have, one good game. But I'm going with Chase Claypool this week. I'm really interested to see what he does. How the Browns defend him this week, after seeing the damage he did. Once he starts seeing stuff like that, your defensive coordinator's got to look. This kid, he can hurt us. He can hurt us. And he had a rushing touchdown too. And then you said he dropped a touchdown. So that's my Rocky Blyer Tough Guy Award. Shout out to my co-host, Ramona Diehard. Looking forward to seeing you next week. So everybody, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I hope your teams, are healthy, and I hope we don't have any kind of bumps in the road. I hope we're able to get these games out. A good Monday, a bunch of really good games.
Real quick before we tune out, Marcus, I just want to throw this out there real quick. Did we have a Brandon Cooks sighting this week that just passed?
Brandon Cooks did show up this week.
Was that the first time since 2016 where he's had maybe 100 yards or more?
He had good games with the Rams. The thing with him is he's inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
And the thing that's all the Texans receivers. Will Fuller will come out and catch 3 balls for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then the next week he'll have 3 catches for 15 yards and 3 drops. It's like you gave away DeAndre Hopkins basically for him and David Johnson.
It didn't work out. It's not working out.
Deshaun Watson's a hell of a quarterback, but Bill O'Brien put him in some really precarious situations. And Brandon Cooks, he's had good contracts. Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, it's the inconsistency. He got drafted by the he played for the Patriots. He got the snot cracked out of him and got the concussion was that the Super Bowl? Was that the Super Bowl he got hit like that?
Super Bowl he got.
Was it the Super Bowl where he broke off, and then in the Rams game, with the Rams he got broke off and got a concussion, and now he's with he's got top 3 or 4 wide receiver money, but he goes sometime where he disappears. So
he has the potential as well. like I said, I like the coaching change there with the Texans, and I think that maybe he might thrive with this now. There's a little different game plan now. So
Yeah. Bill O'Brien, I'm glad he's gone. Maybe coach college or something. He don't need to be coaching in the NFL.
he's not coming back.
You
He
don't.
might take over the Jets job, all right? As soon as they
He-
fire Gase.
Where did he coach at? He coached at Penn State after like the whole Joe
Yeah.
Paterno thing or whatever, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
He went over there and they were, Penn State had all of that stuff going on. They were like bowl and eligible for like 4 or 5 years, and but he had those guys playing tough, and it's hard for these kids. It's like, look, you can come here, we're going to give you a scholarship. They're cutting our scholarships in half, and we can't play in any bowl games. That's really hard to keep players motivated for that. And Penn State was like balling, so you got to give them credit for that. You got to give them credit. You got to give him credit, but as a NFL coach, he does not need to be coaching the NFL no time soon.
Not at all. Not
Chip
at all.
Kelly does not need to be coaching the NFL no time soon. Adam Gates, he does not need to be coaching in the NFL no time soon. Maybe he goes and gets a job in the college ranks or whatever.
Mhm.
Or hell, go see The Rock. Maybe they'll pick you up for the XFL.
Hey man, maybe they all get together and they coach one team. You know what I mean?
We'll see. So I think that's about it. Dre, you there?
Yeah, that's about it on my end. That's all I got.
Dre, you there?
Dre, what's going on, brother? I don't know. He might have fell out or he's doing something.
Fall asleep for me. You got any closing shots?
I'm just gonna say, hopefully we get to see all the games played for starters. All right. This COVID thing is serious. Some of these teams, I believe it's New England and Denver, they don't have any more bye-week flexibility. So I'm kind of curious to how moving forward, if one of those teams can't play, how does, what happens there? How do they reschedule? What do they do? You know what I mean? So COVID's real. I was kind of thinking maybe they should shut the season down, maybe to 12 to 14 games, and then put these playoff teams in a bubble.
Well, that's one of the things they've been talking about is once they get to the playoffs, they're talking about a playoff bubble in either Los Angeles.
Right. I mean,
either Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or Dallas. And I think that'll be because now you're dealing with what, set 14 teams,
right?
And with that, you're able to kind of.
I would think Dallas would be the better one because they host more fans than the rest of the places, don't they? I'm pretty sure they host.
Well, just not that. Fans. I think as far as with the travel too, because Dallas is more like centrally located, more the middle of the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have the travel like that. I think with Los Angeles and Vegas, with the travel with that East Coast teams coming, I mean it's like a 2-hour flight from Dallas to Atlanta.
Right.
So that's not too, and that's East Coast. Dallas is about 2 hours flight from everywhere in the country. Right. But you're flying from you're the Bills and you got to go fly from
Vegas to Vegas.
To Vegas or Los Angeles. I kind of think that's, even though you're going to be there, for how long is the playoffs for? A month?
Yeah, about a month. I mean, it could be eliminated.
The playoffs are about a month. You tell your wife, tell your girlfriends, look, I'm gonna be gone for a month. I did a 15-month tour to Afghanistan, so I think you'll be all right. 30 days in Vegas, 30 days in Dallas, 30 days in Los Angeles. I think I'm gonna read these last comments and then
we'll
shut it down. Let's see here.
What do we got?
Let's see here.
COVID is real, fellas and ladies too in here. Take care of yourselves, okay? Keep practicing all the stuff that they're telling you to do. Wash your hands, sanitize, wear your mask. This stuff is still out here.
Social distancing. Ricky Williams, we are still waiting for Earl Thomas, Marcus Beth. Man.
Is he done? I mean,
I just think that he's done something that's really pissed people off.
Yeah, obviously. His attitude. He
It's
has
not
that
that he can't play. They're saying whatever he did, he's done something to really piss somebody off.
I would agree. It's his attitude. I mean, we know he has an attitude. We've seen what he did with Seattle, and he was flicking the finger and all that stuff. I mean, he's
He
always
got
been like that.
hurt.
He's kind of been cocky, and he's, he runs his mouth.
They said with the Ravens, they said that he missed a meeting and they asked him where he was at, and he said he was washing his car, getting his car washed.
Well, that sounds kind of selfish.
It's like
Disrespectful, and
the players went to the coaches and the owners and the GM and said, even though we're going to be in salary cap hell, even though he could help us win, we would rather not have him on the team, and we just eat his salary cap. He goes to Houston, and the Houston players go to the owner and whoever's running the team and says, we don't want him here either. And the Cowboys, who he said he wants to play for, who need safety help, have said, we're good. We'd rather keep rolling Donovan Wilson out here getting cooked by DK Metcalf than to have Earl Thomas. So it's something that's going on that we don't know about. That people are just
it's something internally, and they're going to keep it on a hush. But amongst the NFL, I'm sure they've sent emails and that type of stuff saying, "Hey, you're going to get this guy. You might want to sign him, but he's bringing this type of baggage. We're not going to air it out to the media, but keep your guards up." And a lot of people don't want to deal with that type of stuff. We've seen it happen with other players.
Yeah, so it's tough. I tried to pick him up. Let's see. This week it will be Alexander Madison. Book it. I would not be surprised. Him and Claypool, I think they were probably the top two waiver wire pickups. Would you say?
Yeah, Claypool. And then number 3 was that guy from Philly, Fulgham.
Fulgham. Randall says I tried to pick him up in fantasy. I had Eckler and Chubb go on IR in a 14 team. Oh man, I feel bad for you, man.
Well, I got some guys for you for 14. I mean, there's some guys out there.
That's tough. He's been having concussions. Bill O'Brien working at Subway. You think Bill saw the writing on the wall and that's why he traded Hopkins? No, I think Bill O'Brien's just an idiot.
Yeah, I agree. Because Hopkins looks great in Arizona.
It's not that DeAndre Hopkins can't play. Look, I don't care what differences I have with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving away a top three wide receiver
for a third-round pick.
When I just saw the Buffalo Bills give up a first-round pick for Stephon Diggs. I'm not doing that.
So who's better, Diggs or Hopkins right now?
I still say.
Give the edge to Hopkins. I'll give the edge to Hopkins.
Yeah, Stephon's still balling. I just think, Hopkins is bigger, and he's just, I'm going to always go with the big, good athlete over the small, good athlete.
Absolutely.
Who would you rather have, Cam Newton or Kyler Murray?
Cam Newton.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm taking Cam
because he's a big athlete.
Yeah, he's a bigger athlete. Yeah, he's been around.
So let's see here.
But I do think that if Buffalo knew they could have gave up a third for Hopkins, I mean, jeez, anybody had that.
I think you could have got more than a third. I think you could have got better than a third-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to trade him, I'm like, at least get a haul for him.
Right.
You don't give up Michael Thomas for Scary Terry. That's the inside joke.
Did you just throw that out there?
Let's see here. Randall says 30 days secluded in Vegas could be bad. Teams avoiding him. I think that's Earl Thomas. Ricky Wilson, I will take ET in a heartbeat. If he didn't get hurt and Cheeks make the trades, you think he stays out of trouble? Went from second to fifth quick in that league. I'm sure you did, losing all them players.
Yeah, because you lost a lot of players there. That's tough. And then with this COVID stuff, it makes fantasy football very strategic. You have to You got to think, and you know who you're dropping, who's available. You got to win, Marcus. You know we're in this thing together. You know we're fighting back and forth in our league.
Definitely.
Dre,
are you there?
Very challenging.
You can't. Can you not log in? We can't log up. Let me see here.
Yeah, I don't know if he fell asleep on us. He didn't make me the host, did he?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the host, and yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that's all I really got though, as far as you know, everything we covered. Keep an eye out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Let me see here. I'm sorry. Well, everybody, I hope everybody has a good night. I don't know how we can shut this down.
You're just gonna be in the comments, boys.
We're about to shut this down. I think Dre fell asleep on us. I'm about to just leave the chat room.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out.
But you guys have a good night. Good luck with all your teams. And Ace, thanks for coming through.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely, no problem. Anytime. I'll try to do what I can.
And everybody have a good night. Well, Ramon will be back with us, and we'll do this again next week. And I hope everybody has a good night. I'm just gonna leave the room, and then I guess when Dre wakes up, we'll leave 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody have a good night. Bye bye.